Welcome back, survivors. I'm the SurvivalVis, and we return to Curse of the Dead Gods. So we'll just let things load up, and I can say since I recorded the last episode, I actually managed to go through and beat the Path of Cruelty. Now, I thought the Path of Cruelty was going to have another extra boss added to it. It basically just adds, I think you have more damage that gets done to you per attack. It's just basically like a slight modified run. So once you see Tamok's Awakening, you basically see all of what the bosses are in the game at the moment. Of course, there's still going to be more content updates, and I think at least a wing for all three of those main gods that it kind of talks about in the game, and then an extra one. So what we're going to do this time is we're going to aim for Tamok's Awakening. So one of the big ones to get is going to be the Will of Sakal here. The corruption threshold to 120 is very helpful. This lets you, if you want to use, say, some of those blood offerings early game, you are kind of more wiggle room that you could get away with that. I'm trying to think of what else. I don't want to use Serpent's Bounty because I will kind of want to show off something that the just last content update might have dropped. So what I may do instead is maybe Favor of Sakal. No. Actually, you know what? We'll instead go for Sakal's Treasures, because I believe this is one you get after beating the Eclipse of the Cursed Twins. It basically, as it says, when you defeat champion, the gold you carry is doubled. And I should get one more, shouldn't I? You know what? Maybe what I'll do... either... Quenchable Thirst or... we'll go Tamok's Bones, just because the extra health is very helpful to have. And that should be good there. We don't have any... I mean, we'll probably be saving up. Instead of that, we'll go for the protection, but... Anyway, that should be enough kind of ranting. We are going to show off some gameplay, right? So, Tamok's Awakening. Probably what we'll do is we'll just start going for a lot of gold if we can. So if we go this route, we have 2, 3. Yeah, so we'll do this route first. Now, Tamok's Awakening, it doesn't actually get too much harder towards the end, like... Basically, each run kind of keeps what the previous run had, plus a new little segment before each new boss. So it's going to be lead up to the Blood Hunter first, and then the Twins, and then the kind of end boss of sorts. The end boss actually isn't that bad, it's just that he hits like a truck if he does connect with you. So we'll just go on our merry way. One thing that I do have to suggest, and it is going to sound a little odd, might be to actually go slow when it comes to the combat in the game. Like, I wouldn't worry too much about the greed kills or chaining things together. Just more so, don't let your health get lost. Well, I say that and I'm kind of going a little fast here, aren't I? But the reason is because healing, right now, it's completely RNG dependent on if you'll actually be able to heal yourself in a run. Unless you get the correct relic or modified weapon or etc., you are basically up to chance on whether you will be able to heal back when you take damage. So, we'll take that. In my experience, it's better to take your time a bit if you can. Don't worry about the modifier if you can save yourself from getting damage taken. Like early game, once you start mastering the patterns a little more, you'll probably be more inclined to go a bit faster going through some of these enemies. There we go. Everybody's cleared out of there. Aha, we don't have anything in that slot. We'll take it anyway, even though we don't have a real use for it. So, now we'll go for more gold. And see what we come across now. It doesn't feel like the expeditions get super longer, I guess just because they kind of keep to a set rate of how many rooms there are between each boss, or certain things per the path you can pick. And pistols didn't quite get a buff, but bows did on the last... Ooh, let's get out of there. But bows as a weapon got a little buff in the latest update that came out for Curse of the Dead Gods, which was... yesterday? Yesterday or 2 days ago. It wasn't very long ago since it came out, but it's slightly noticeable. It's not very big of one. Ooh, let's... Oh, there we go. We let them kill it for us. And we will get into the secret room here. And be mindful of those. Those are kind of like a guarantee. Yeah, we'll take that. So, extra bit of gold find doesn't hurt, I suppose, for what we're going to use for our strategy. My advice would be to light up the braziers in rooms that you're not sure of traps. Like here, definitely I'd say worth it to... There we go. If you can't really see and you're not sure what the... Like, here's a good example of why you gotta be careful with. Actually, I think that's a change or a new sort of layout, because I don't remember that. I definitely remember this, though. Okay, that's there. And, yeah, we'll aim for a relic. We'll see if we can get lucky and maybe get something with healing to it. I doubt we will, but you never know. We do have a few favors, or divine favor, whatever you want to call it, where we can actually re-roll I guess it's an altar, not really a shop. There we go. Those witch doctors... Actually, I'm not even sure what they are. That might be one thing that'd be a little nice. It's like a little bestiary, a little compendium of what the names of are each little enemy, and maybe just like a little flavor blurb of what they can do. But those witch doctor guys are pretty annoying, because if they don't have somebody to heal, they'll summon a minion. And if it's an elite, they'll summon an elite minion, so... Ah, shoot. I talked about being too greedy, and that was it right there. Cool. Cool. Okay. The pistol I do want to replace as soon as we can. It's... I guess in a combo it's useful, but on its own it's pretty bad. Actually, you know what? I think we'll offer our blood here, because this could be pretty good. Plus 2% base damage per 1,000 gold carried. So that's already... Well, it's not exactly a lot, but... As we get towards further down in the game and we just kind of keep collecting gold, we're definitely going to notice that payoff. Because when we kill the first boss, actually every boss we kill thanks to one of our modifiers, we'll get double the gold we're carrying. So if we basically just kind of save our money up, we'll get even more once we kill the first boss. And we'll leave the Renegade alone for now. And we'll let that fire to get some extra free damage on him. There we go. Ah, yeah, I guess we'll take that. Okay, is there a chest here? There is a chest here. And what's this relic? Ooh. Actually, that's pretty good. So that's already... So we're at 8% bonus damage already, thanks to the 2 relics that give us that. Ooh, and we gotta be careful of that. Oh, these are... Oh, Lord, it's a firing line of them. I didn't realize that. Okay, there we go. Those are taken care of. We'll just snag that bunch of gold and let those go. Okay, so not doing too shabby so far. We did take the 1 hit. I'm actually surprised how little damage it did. But I guess I'm used to the path of cruel... Oh! Oh, that's right. We got a healing relic for going through doors, didn't we? Oh, not this modifier. This can be a bad one. You lose as much gold as you take damage, but you'll take 25% less damage. It's a catch-22. We'll just light that up in case... Oh, yeah, there are some traps, but these are actually ones you can control a little bit more, at least. Okay, there we go. Oh, and that was already that cleared out. Okay, weapon-wise. No, not really. I'm actually tempted to do that, but I might actually save the gold, so we'll offer blood again. The reason is because of the plus 10% and a little bonus for the constitution we have right now. So is one more room before the boss? Yeah, one unknown room. And then we'll go and see if we can get a perfect score on the boss, because there's specialty weapons that'll drop. Ooh, this is actually really good. There we go. Yeah, this is basically a time challenge. Clear the room as fast as you can, and the faster you do, the more gold you'll get. Which really helps because we're already at over 4,000 gold. If we can perfect the boss, which shouldn't be too bad, we should hopefully get... Well, actually, that'll give us probably around 9,000 gold total. Okay, gotta be careful because I'd prefer to try getting the weapon if we can from him. I've never actually seen it myself to know what it's like. 1, 2. Okay, out of that before we do take damage. Yeah, a little bit there. Dodge. Dodge. And stab, 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 stab. Oh, dodge. And stab, stab, and back off. We do want to just be careful. And stab, stab, stab. Back off. Like I say, once you get the pattern down, he's really not bad at all. It's just making sure to keep yourself with room to actually maneuver and attack between. Oh, out of that. There we go. So that should have been a perfect run of him, so we should see his weapon drop. Or not. I guess the modifiers must bug it. If you have a modifier that... I guess we'll do that. A modifiers that change... that's not bad to have, but I don't really think there's anything we want to... you know what the hell, we'll replace with that. If there's a modifier that gives you more gold or increases the weapon drop from them, I guess it bugs it so you don't get the weapon. It's kind of stupid. But I think it's just maybe a coding error that needs to be patched up a bit. We'll probably get a Thing of Corruption back, but what do I want to do? Should we just get more gold, or... you know what? No, we'll start going for stats. Like I say, we got almost 10,000 gold now. That one can be a good one if you have a way of dealing crit damage to get healing. But in the most part, that's more just a pain in the ass. Ooh. Oh, I forgot that this is a fire attack claw. I'm actually glad that we did get that. And we also got the... There we go. No, there's an elite, so we do want to be careful of them a bit. Ooh. We actually got a pretty good greed kill counter going. Oh, dodge that. Yeah, the bats also are handy because they can extend your greed kill timer, because they count, I guess, as a little bit of combat you're still in. Okay, so what goodies do we got? It's actually pretty good. It might... You know what? I think we will take that one. Like, that's not exactly good. I mean, that's not bad, but we'll definitely go for that one. Get a better claw, because the perfect dodges are actually pretty easy to get. As again, just with practice, you'll get them. How are we doing? About 15 minutes and we're already first boss in. Eh? Not too shabby. We'll go double stats, unknown, and time, I think. Okay, we'll just try to be careful here. Yeah, the crits you really can feel sometimes, so... Oh, and there's a nice crit. There we go. So we got out of there pretty fast. That's one of the rooms where just the fire will slowly crawl after you. Yeah, you know what? Maybe we'll try taking these ones out. I guess we'll take that. Because the spear is actually a not too bad weapon, and that's why I kind of was hoping that we'd get the one from the boss. As long as you kind of use the spear's tip and get far enough away, we'll get a little extra damage and some gold find. You're basically guaranteed a crit as long as you attack at the spear's very end of reach. So it's pretty good if you can kind of keep out distance and get a modifier that, again, if you do crits, and you'll get some healing back. It's just, those are kind of tricky relics to get. It's hard to actively pursue anything. How do we want to... I guess there's only really one way to get through this, so... There we go, and we'll use the Jaguar here. And dodge our way by that. What do we got in the chest? A shield? Nah, we'll stick with what we got because of the little bonuses each gets to one another. The only thing I might want to do is get a weapon that has a bonus to bosses and elites. Like crit, crit, and crit. And crit, and crit, and crit. There you go. See, when you do have... Oh, there we go. And we'll buy another one of those, just to keep increasing that. It may cut down on that bonus we get for how much damage we get per 1,000 gold, but overall, I think it's pretty worth it. And crit, and crit, and crit. And crit. Nope. Right, gotta remember that. And crit, 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 crit. There we go. Ooh, actually, we'll take that. We'll lose the fire attacks because we're not using any fire attacks right now. So they'll go on their own. You know what? We'll clean these guys up a bit. You don't really have to, but I just like to try to take care of them before they can get an attack off. So we'll do unknown, gold, time. Just kind of build ourselves up slowly. No, it's just a haven, so we can just pass right on through here. This is, unfortunately, a bit of a dead room for us. The havens are good as if you need them, but they can be a bit of a dead spot, so probably would have been better to maybe go for the weapon. But we'll do gold and time just to get that damage modifier up before the boss. And stab, stab, stab. Oh, come on, that should have been an interrupt. Ooh, actually, we have another one of those. Increase stamina. You know what, we'll get rid of the greed kill timer, because I'm not overly looking to keep a big combo with that running. And that is not bad, but I don't like using the shields for that. I like the main hand weapon or the two-hand weapon to have that kind of... And we'll sneak through this one. Because I'm pretty sure this is the bonus kind of area to go through. Stab, stab, stab. That should keep you. Oh, man. I dodged that. That was a dodge. I definitely pressed the dodge button there. And get rid of the stupid bat. It's not bad, but again, we don't really have anything that does fire, nor do we have a crit heal. Crit, crit, crit. Oh, come on. And that should be him done. Yeah, and just take care of all these quick. Okay. At least I think we went the bonus, but I don't really know for that. A little bit of health back. I think the time one shouldn't be too bad, which we do have enough that I think it should all proc off together pretty well that... There we go. Extra 1,300 gold, which is a very nice reward for that. Ah, the stupid bats. There we go. Okay, so next boss, and we're going to have another corruption modifier. What's this one going to be? Blinding Greed. It's kind of hard to say which one I want to get rid of. I think I'll do the Auric Malediction, though. But anyway, we saw the twins last episode, so they're back again. Just time those dodges out, and the first twin is no problem at all. Although, admittedly, the... Oh. Now, there we go. Got the free crits in. And back off for that. Now, this is a mix of being good at dodging, and I was going to say parrying, and I did press the button. And that's probably going, yeah, changing over, and crit. Wasn't used to them doing that right off the bat again. But we'll... Oh, Lord, that's... And I... There we go. I don't think we'll actually make it to Tamok on this episode. Let's see. Blinding Greed or Cadaver. Let's get rid of the cadavers. Oh. Wait, what? I've never seen this weapon before. You know what? We're going to take it. We're probably going to not get too far, but we're going to try it out. I think this is this is one of the twins' weapons. But I thought you were only supposed to get those if you got perfect. Well, we got a Haven, so we may actually make it to Tamok on this episode. And it probably will get us another corruption effect. Yeah, it will, but the weapon we have is actually supposed to gain effects from it. Charge attacks trigger powerful dash attack, damaging all crossed enemies, and 10% damage for active for... Ooh, and we actually have a 20% damage... No, wait. I think that's a 40% damage bonus because of how much gold we're carrying now. Ooh, actually, Dark Swiftness is an okay one to have. It's just that traps become a little bit problematic. And I'm curious to see how this will work. Yeah, so it is definitely the weapon that the Moon Twin used. Well, it actually was called the Moon Blade or something like that. There we go. So this is interesting. It does make me wonder... It must be something different for getting the first boss's weapon then, because... Oh, well, we kind of screwed. You're... Yeah, it's not exactly the most damaging one, but it's not too bad. You know what? We're just going to hold on what we got. I prefer the damage modifier over more gold, fine, because let's... Ooh, that's why the Dark Swiftness can be problematic. Okay, let's see. We kind of want to keep our corruption. Let's try a different favor and see. 20% all healing effects. You know what? We'll offer blood and get this instead. The 9 dexterity is nice. It does give us more health going through doors. And we do sort of want to try actually getting curses, or corruption modifiers. They're called curses. I don't know why I'm calling them corruption modifiers. It's just how it kind of affects the gameplay. Ah, you managed to get one off. Ooh. Ooh, dodge that, and just see if we can finish that up quick. Yeah, I might want to try aiming for a two-hander that has extra damage to bosses. I think it's nice to have the boss weapon like this, but it doesn't do enough damage. Ooh. I mean, the charge is a nice feature of it. Ooh. Schmack. But I think we definitely want something that can give us a little more impact for the stronger enemies, like the elites. So we'll probably do double weapon and see what we can kind of get in just their altars. Let's see. Oh, well, we'll snag this before we do attack. There we go. Oh, I think we triggered over here too, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Yeah, we'll let you just heal that dumb one. And get those off. There we go. Oh, and we got you up here. Oh. Oh. Oh, really? That's one thing I dislike, is your charge attacks, they take a while for you to turn around. Enemies, not at all. There we go. Oh. So, like you saw there with that one sacrifice version that was charging its attack, it was able to do a complete 180 to get us again, even though we... There we are. Yeah, I definitely got to get something with a bonus for either do crit damage or just the 30% extra damage. I'm not actually sure which one would be better. I think just the base 30% would be better. Because the elites really take a while, especially on this end of thing. Oh, that's not bad. You know what? I think I'd rather take that. Ow. Oh, come on. The Jaguar there was... There we go. Yeah, we're definitely going to try to get a better weapon for dealing with the elites, because that's taken way too much time to get through them. This actually isn't a bad modifier. Urns won't hold gold, but they will have blood, which will heal by corruption. It's actually one of your more reliable ways of getting healing, but again, you have to have the RNG to kind of bless you a bit for it. Ooh, let's get out of there quickly. And the Jaguar is not actually too hard of an enemy to fight. There we go. Use the traps a bit. Oh, we can actually use this trap here too. Oh, shoot. And maybe I should have held on to the one that gave us extra stamina, because I am sucking right now. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that should be this one completely cleared out. Let's try to get ourselves some better weapons. Ooh. Ooh. I think I'm going to try this. Each kill permanently increases base damage by 5%, 10% per... Yeah, we're going to try this. I've never actually had a lot of these purple weapons or rarities to try for. I've seen them from time to time, but usually they have pretty poor effects to them. We'll try one more weapon just to get us... Actually, I should probably get something that'll help us a little more on the boss, because we're actually surprisingly very close. Oh, shoot, we're not vulnerable on that charge. Okay, that's good to know for now. Let's see if we can't try to get our dagger a little stronger with just some kills. Oh. Ah, shoot, I should have expected that one coming. And then you're going to do the pounce. Oh, come on. I'm really doing bad here. I'm trying to make something work that I shouldn't be. Okay, there we go. Everything's cleared out. Okay, what could I use? No, we're going to re-roll those. Hello, what the hell are you? We're taking you. Attacks deal 10% HP. That's an amazing one. I don't know where these weapons started coming from, but this will help us get quite a bit of health back, I'd imagine. We just need to be smart about using it, but... Oh, but I love the design aesthetic of this. I'm surprised more... Oh, crap. When I was talking about the traps being troublesome, we have an area filled with those. Yeah, I was talking about the design aesthetic nobody really uses. I don't know why not. Or, well, the aesthetic being the Aztec sort of styling or Mesoamerican looks. Like, you sort of have them as... There's a little bit more. And let's try getting ourselves... Ooh. We actually do a lot of damage with this. Yeah, I think we might be able to defeat Tamok on this run. He's usually very tough to take on, but... Ah, shoot, I should have just kept going with that. That's one thing, is the stamina you really start feeling sometimes when you mess up with it. Okay, there we go, though. That's pretty good. And I think it's just the boss. You know what? We're going to offer blood. Just so that way we get another curse, which will be 40% as we go up against him. Yeah, so a little bit of health back, and let's see what the modifier is. Shadow Flame. Okay, this is no problem at all. Now, this is the Dark Avatar of the Jaguar we're up against. Pretty simple mechanics, but he just does so much damage per hit. Like, 180 as you saw. And that's also a problem, is that the... My advice is do not try fighting him with two-handeds if you can, because he's too fast for them. Oh, shoot. I got super greedy with it. But, yeah, two-handeds, terrible for fighting him. He's too fast for them. In fact, that's a lot of things the two-handeds are bad at, is they're too slow for so many things. Early game, they're not bad. Like the first boss, okay. Twins, kind of ish, but losing it. End boss here, don't use a two-hander unless it's a spear with a lot of reach. So that was our try, at least for Tamok's Awakening. It actually didn't take as long as I thought. I guess because the expeditions do kind of narrow down how much time between bosses, so... But as you see, he can hit like a truck, and the arena's a pain in the ass to fight on because of how it changes like that. But maybe next time we'll get him. In the meantime, though, thank you for joining me on this little try at Tamok's Awakening. If you do want to see me try again, just be sure to let me know in the comments. I might put this on hiatus just because it's not really getting any views on the channel, so I'll kind of see what feedback is. But thank you guys for joining me on what's a pretty good early access game, and I'm very excited to keep following up as new updates come along for it. So I hopefully will catch you either in the next series or next episode. And as always, survivors, please remember, as always, to take care and stay alive.